Imagine waking up 400,000 years ago. No cities, no electricity, no language as we know it. You spend every day terrified of predators, freezing nights, and starvation. Then one ordinary mistake changes the future of every human alive today. Not because someone was the smartest person on Earth, but because they were curious enough to do something nobody else dared. This isn't a myth. It's the story of the accident that created civilization. Every day was survival. Life for ancient humans wasn't adventurous. It was exhausting. Every morning meant finding food before something found you. Lions, hyenas, giant bears, even a broken ankle could mean death. When the sun disappeared, darkness belonged to predators. Humans huddled together in caves, listening to growls outside, waiting for sunrise. Fire existed, but there was one problem. Nobody knew how to make it. They could only steal it. If lightning struck a tree or a volcano spread flames, humans rushed to collect burning branches. Then they spent weeks trying to keep that fire alive. If it went out, they had to wait for nature to give them another chance. One young hunter noticed something strange. Every time two stones smashed together, tiny stars jumped into the air. Everyone ignored them. They're useless. They disappear. Keep hunting. But he couldn't stop watching. Again, tiny sparks. Again, tiny sparks. He wondered, what if those little stars weren't useless? What if they were baby fire? Nobody believed him, so he experimented alone. Day after day, stone after stone, nothing. Weeks passed. People laughed. Go hunt. Stop playing with rocks. But every failure taught him something. Different stones made different sparks. Dry grass reacted differently than wet grass. Wind helped. Rain ruined everything. Then one evening, a spark landed on dry moss. A tiny thread of smoke appeared. His heart stopped. He blew gently. The smoke grew thicker. Then, a tiny orange glow. For the first time in history, a human had created fire instead of borrowing it. Changed. The tribe didn't celebrate immediately. They were terrified. Fire had always belonged to storms. Now it obeyed a human. Soon, fear became wonder. Fire kept wolves away. Food became safer to eat. Cooked meat gave more energy. Cold winters became survivable. People gathered around flames every night. Instead of running from darkness, they owned it. The day became longer. Stories began. Teaching began. Planning began. Around a campfire, human civilization quietly started. Superpower. Scientists believe humans didn't become dominant because we were the strongest. We weren't. We weren't the fastest. We couldn't fly. We couldn't outrun wolves. We couldn't fight bears. Our greatest weapon was something invisible. Curiosity. The willingness to ask, what happens if? Most people saw sparks. One person saw possibility. That single question, repeated by millions across thousands of generations, created tools, medicine, ships, computers, and eventually, the phone you're holding right now.
History rarely changes because someone is fearless. It changes because someone stays curious long enough to discover what everyone else ignores. Somewhere around 400,000 years ago, a forgotten human stared at tiny sparks, while everyone else walked away. Nobody remembered their name, but every meal you've cooked, every light you've switched on, every city you've ever seen exists because one person refused to stop asking, what if? And maybe, the next discovery that changes humanity starts with a question everyone else